Welcome back everyone to the Bharatiya Commune. And this time we're gonna try to take out the Princely Federation to the best of our abilities. This shouldn't be too hard. The problems are two. One, we had volunteers in Spain and in the CSA, and because of course the war, they're gonna get recalled. And the second problem is that our army really isn't all that ready for full-scale warfare. But we're going to try to deal with those things as best as possible. And we're going to move into the borderlands at once. However, there's a couple of army units that we need to tie down in the process. These attacks are definitely not going to succeed, but they're going to tie down these 6 divisions while the rest of our armies can capture some crucial objectives. And yeah, so we're also bringing up some reinforcements from Calcutta. There we are. So we took Nagpur, and now we're going to advance further into the territory of the Princely Federation. Excellent. So we can take Yanam with this division, and we can help out in the assault against that little army pocket. So the thing about warfare over here is that Hyderabad is very close to our advancing forces. So if we can take Hyderabad, we're going to be in a very good position, of course. We're just going to be able to annex them outright, most likely. So we're going to focus most of our forces on taking Hyderabad from the Princely Federation. This is going to cause a lot of casualties because we're going to be very aggressive, but it's going to be fine. Of course, because we're not at war, there's a very, very good reason to research that infantry equipment that we were putting off earlier. And as you can see, our offensives all throughout the front lines are starting to have an effect, and their army is having some problems. But while it looks like so far we aren't taking a lot of casualties, we are actually going to be taking a pretty huge amount of losses soon enough. So our forces from different theaters have returned to us. That's going to be great. Build military industry, sure. So let's continue building that. It's pretty imperative to have as much military industry as possible. And they've brought in support, which is kind of annoying. So I'm going to stop the attacks on these two, and I'm going to start attacking them. Actually, that's not working. Strange. It's a 3 versus 1, so it should be working. And so far, there's no air combat, so that's fine. So resistance of the elites ended. Our program to force the cultural elites to comply with the national reforms has, after a great deal of resistance and many arrests, finally met with success. Now the economic reforms can continue. So we replaced the underdeveloped economy with a recovering economy. Okay, that's very good. That improves our industrial capacity by quite a lot. Okay, you're gonna stop there. Wait, what? Why aren't you stopping? I have no idea. Now, what if we put artillery in our divisions? What's gonna happen then? We're not gonna have enough artillery. That's fun. And that's also not gonna be available. Not good. We're going to stop some of our offensives, but not all of them. Yeah, overall it's just a big giant stalemate, it seems. But we have some of the areas that we attacked under our control, so overall it's going quite well for us. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there and attack. Now we can counterattack in the north. Now that their attacks are gone. Ooh. Empty province. Empty province? More like opportunity. Need to take that. Good. So we're almost about to pin these guys, the 1st Infantry Division, against the advancing Mazor State forces. But what really interests us is to cut off the Mazor State from being able to get to Hyderabad. We want to get there as quickly as possible with our army. Yeah, it looks like the way is pretty much open. Oh, damn it. Right as I say that, they interpose an infantry division. That is just sad. Still, we're in a good position. We are gonna crush these forces right outside of Hyderabad with our main forces of 5 infantry divisions, and then we're gonna advance straight to the city. Because I do not want them to have any moment of reprieve. Excellent. It looks like the AI is doing a pretty fine job redeploying a lot of our armies to the south, where the main focus of these offensives is going to be. Let's also help out in the fight against this infantry division, the 1st Kolhapur. And they've brought up some reinforcements, the Hyderabad security force, to hold us at the gates, but they're not going to stand very long against the combined might of 5 rifle divisions. So we've also got our southern little flank underway. Let's try a bit of an attack to help out in speeding up their collapse. And also securing more territory in the Andhra province. Of course, we already have the capital, which is Yanam, but it's going to just help providing a little bit more of friendly control to it. And yeah, so far as you can see, the casualties are very, very, very much heavier for us, but that's to be expected because we're attacking very aggressively, because we need... This war is not about clean execution, it's about who can get, you know, to the important provinces quicker and get a better peace deal. Let's actually pull in these rifle divisions as well to help out. We have a lot of rifle divisions that are taking damage, but the ones who do survive in good shape are going to be the future elites of our army. And there we are. So we're on the outskirts of Hyderabad, and our 5 division army is going to be pummeling down the gates. Although we need to kind of stand here. I don't want this army to dissolve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at work doing some things. Such as helping out and taking out this rifle division over here. Because if we take these out, then we're going to have, of course, a very nice flank and surround on these 2 divisions. And what is happening in Rome? I'm thinking that that is the victory of the Socialist Republic of Italy. So that's good. Excellent. Look at that. We're about to take them down. Now reinforcing the attack over at the 1st Infantry Division. With the extra forces that we have, this should provide us with a surround off of these princely units down here. Good. So we have managed to push back the enemy even more. And now we can push them back where they came from. And so Hyderabad is now very, very, very much endangered by these developments. We need to find some ways to distract the princely troops from the areas that we currently own. This could be a good one. And, ooh, hold on. So there's Nepali atrocities over here. That's actually not the best thing. We need to take out some forces from the front line at this point, because the Nepali atrocities means that soon enough there's going to be a war in Nepal. And we want to be prepared for that. We have at least 9 divisions. We're also going to put in the Burma military police to help out, just as an emergency measure. We're going to get the infantry equipment too, and we can also improve the production of artillery. That's great. Now that we have all the military industry things ready and done, we can finally call the special meeting of the INC to end Rai's rule over India and hopefully create a new political order. Ooh, well thanks. So it looks like they have left this little Plains province unguarded, and our cavalry, our mounted rifles are going to say thank you very much. The veterans of the American campaign are going to be very, very happy to see open plains before them. Okay, what can we do? What can we do? So we can get computing machines, and we can get mortars for support weapons. Both of these are going to be good. Oh, damn. Stop that attack, please. Good. So we are about to... Wow. They brought in more reinforcements. Damn, the Princely Federation is actually much stronger than I had anticipated. Usually the Princely Federation is by far the weakest of the Indian states, but this time they're definitely putting up a fight. This is good. We definitely want them to put up a fight. So, Tribhuvan's tryst with destiny. In the west, the Dominion forces are preparing to come to the aid of the rioting protesters in Dehradun, who have risen in response to a massacre orchestrated by the occupying police garrisons. Nepalese army formations are deemed completely impotent in the face of such a modern foe, and our intelligence detail among the underground local wing of the INC states that plans of open revolt are hatching in the east as well. A partition of the Nepalese occupied territories thus seems all but imminent. It seems that it will come easily with a dose of proletarian intimidation. So we can either say, yak herders mean nothing to the revolution, or we can say the Indian Red Army shall sweep into the Ganges-Yamuna basin, which we're going to do. So Nepal caves in, and now we have gained this territory without a single shot fired. With our army gathering out their border, the Nepali government has caved to our pressure and surrendered the eastern lowlands of Sikkim and Muzaffarpur to our control. Not a single shot was fired. That's good. There might be yet more problems in Nepal, but for now we're going to need to pull back our divisions. Just to be sure, we're going to leave these 5. Actually, this Calcutta Rifles Division, actually no, the 3rd Rifle Division is also going to be brought down. So now we are in a pretty decent position. We have our flank secured. Although Nepal might still be a problem. And Nepal is actually fighting an offensive war versus the Dominion of India. So that might not be good, because it's going to increase the front line that we have with the Dominion of India. Okay, now this force is actually in a bad shape because they're being attacked by the Missourians. Who are not the people from Missouri. And if we can cut them off, then that's going to be a major portion of the Federation Army. Good. We're also going to renew our offensives in the north, just to get more distractions for the Princely Federation to think about. Excellent. Wow. So now we can cut them in 2. Truly cut them in 2. So we finally managed to break through their lines at some point. Although, actually we will not be able to cut through because of their quick response. But that's fine. And of course they're going to bring in extra support to make sure that they're not cut off in the south as well. But overall, at some point, it seems like they must cave in and surrender some territory. And it looks like it's going to be here north of Hyderabad, where they've just left a militia unit to guard the location. So while in the south they've strengthened their defenses, they've left the northern plains a little bit more empty. So that's where we're going to sweep in and take them out. Excellent. As you can see, now we have a little bit of an open way into this area. And we're about to win that defensive engagement. Yes, we did. So we can send the cavalry up, along with an infantry division, then send another infantry division up here. In the meantime, our army is going to attack Hyderabad just to keep them occupied. In there. And there we are. So we have completely surrounded them. And now the way is mostly open to take the south, because that's where their supply lines are going to be severed from the center, that is Hyderabad. Come on. How are we... Wait. Where's the cavalry? Oh. Whoa. The Qing! Okay. So the Qing actually came in and smashed the Republic of China. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the Republic of China to win, but it looks like the Qing are going to be the strongest in Asia. So, well, one or the other. It's always going to be one or the other. And there we are. So the Qing beat both the Shanqing and the Republic of China forces. Of course, the Aoge still is around. They actually had volunteers from Germany. But yeah, the Qing at this point are definitely poised to become the strongest of the Chinese states. With by far the biggest military. And now they're... Yeah, the princely forces in the north are in a very, very bad position indeed. They're about to get most of their strongholds surrounded. They're under attack from multiple angles. And, ooh. Okay, Shripad Amritange reforms the Anushilan Samiti. What? The Self-Culture Associations. Good. At a local labor meeting in Calcutta close by Writers' Building, Shripad Amritange and several prominent veteran revolutionaries such as Atul Krishna Ghosh and M.N. Roy have proclaimed their intention to organize a truly syndicalist and militant revolutionary organization within the dominant INC. Seeing both the Maximist and agrarian wings as compromised and Fazlul Huk's moderates as corrupt, the group hopes to contest for commissary and delegate positions on the next round of elections for the government, invoking in the name of the old name Anushilan Samitis, or the Self-Culture Associations. The group strongly advocates the use of force to overthrow the Hyderabad and Delhi governments, as well as an economic system based on anarcho-syndicalist policies of cooperative farming and union-controlled industries. Let's hope he aims those bombs at the reactionaries. Well, looks like this guy is a little bit a bomb thrower. A political bombshell thrower. But those turn into real bombs soon enough, if the opportunity arises. So we're gonna see if any developments come out of that. We need to take out this Free Division army as soon as possible. And here, I mean, it says that we're losing. It's taken a while, though. I'm not sure where my cavalry is. Okay. This is a very, very weird situation that we're in. Hey, at least we're not going to have problems with army experience. Although we're taking some pretty hefty casualties. We are an Indian powerhouse, so our manpower is not a problem. Okay, now south. Looks like their forces are finally at the breaking point from receiving no supplies, and we can advance along the whole front. Good. Now we need to take out that division. And we're going to finally surround the capital. Okay, so Calcutta is steaming with excitement in the face of the 1938 special session of the Indian National Congress, and the red flag flutters boldly from the Writers' Building to the General Post Offices. Inside the Calcutta High Court, the collected leadership of our republic's government has convened for the ensuing elections of Lala Raipat Rai's successor. It is expected that the appointment of the new head of state will mean a change within the nation's cabinet, prompting the various factions to vie for the most influence at the various commissaries and committees that manage our country. Three wings have emerged within Congress. Those as maximists emulate Mausoley's totalitarian socialism and regard military force as a necessary revolutionary act for India's unification, while Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi leaves a pacifist, egalitarian, and agrarian wing, striving for a negotiated end to the subcontinent's fragmentation. Standing between the two extremes is a coalition of trade unionists and ardent proponents of industrialism led by A.K. Fazul Cook and his young protege, Nehru. As the opening speeches begin to ring across the floor, the 1938 special session seems bound to change the path for a free India in the next few years. Internal fractions must be quelled. Well, we'll see about that soon enough. Okay, so finally we are about to take all of this, but there we are. Although the greatest landowners and princes of Bengal and Orissa were deposed and their fiefs expropriated after the Calcutta government exerted itself in the years following 1926, the Bharatiya Commune never truly made the transformation into a socialist society. Lingering still in the villages and the smaller cities, the zamindar system of the olden days continues to shape the days and lives of those who should have been lifted into prosperity by the glorious revolution almost a decade ago. So Subhash Chandra Bose has taken the floor and delivered a crushing speech against this feudal instrument of oppression, demanding an immediate end to the privately owned great farms and mansions and their subjugation to complete state control. A sensitive issue, the debate on the rights of the remaining Indian landlords have begun to spin out of control, and a decision will have to be made. He is right, the feudal practice must be eradicated. Or... Okay. Well, feudal practice must be eradicated. So there we are, and we took out Princely Federation without having to assault Hyderabad, so that's very good. Let's make sure that we get... Okay, so what are we gonna be looking for? We're gonna be looking for Hyderabad state, for sure. So for now we can only... Yeah, we can only get Hyderabad. Oh wow. Damn, there were a lot of parties with a lot of score. So we're unfortunately only going to be able to get Hyderabad and not Andhra. But Andhra only has one factory slot, so not the most important little place. Good, so the Mysore state... Yeah, the Mysore state is going to be the strongest one in southern India now. Well... we have some extra factories though, so let's put them to good use. Okay. And we haven't finished the INC meeting yet, so we can... I guess we can... Right. We still can't do that, because we need to have a shadow government in Calcutta. Although, I mean... We can't do that unless we have Ho Chi Minh in here. But first we're gonna need to focus on finishing off the economy branch. So do that. So, okay, laments the state of the industry. At the end of the first week of the special session, young Jawaharlal Nehru has taken the floor, arguing for a further increase in our nation's industrial output and a greater economic control by the state. Opposed to this stands the Gandhian wing of Congress, determined as they are that the heart and soul of the Mother India is not in the great cities, but rather the harlequinesque patchwork of rural villages from Cape Comorin to the mouth of the Indus. Accordingly, they believe that the influx of state support should flow instead to the countryside, developing the rice paddies and benefiting the average Indian. The Maximists, on the other hand, find both Nehru's and Gandhi's proposals far too limited in their scope and hopelessly unambitious. Instead, Bose's supporters argue that the state is more than capable of undertaking expansions in both sectors, requiring, of course, that the governments absolutely control these endeavors. So either industry and agriculture must both be expanded no matter the cost. Nehru is right, industry must be our first priority, or the soul of India is the villages. Well, see, all of these things used to have actual bonuses other than, political power gain and faction popularity. At least in Darkest Hour. But, yeah, we're going to take the totalist path, of course. For example, that used to give you... there used to be agricultural research, which, of course, doesn't exist in Hearts of Iron 4. But, yeah, it all used to give you things. And wait, what? Looks like the incompetent British puppet Delhi government isn't advancing, even though they have, armored superiority, etc. Well, so nationalizing the oil fields. I'm not gonna read all of these. Oh wait, this is actually in Burma. Yeah. Okay, so national takeover of the oil fields. We get infrastructure in Yangon. No, not Rakhine. Yangon. So we get 2 infrastructures or trade unions. So we don't gain oil from that, which is weird. Let's take them over. The Gun Salute Princess Federation and for unfolding. Okay, so the question of unifications. So, of course, given how hard the revolutionaries had to fight during the last days of the Raj, this sense is rather controversial, aka trying to unify without violence. And both Hook and Bose find the notion all but treacherous. Nehru agrees that the government should wage real politic and take opportunities as they come, while Bose has bombastically announced that neither the Nizam nor the Dominion shall obtain any concession. Of course, the Nizam has just been, brought to court and executed, most likely. So, princes and lapdogs must be driven out at bayonet point. And with that, I shall leave you. So I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you soon with more Bharatiya Commune. Now, next time, I might be looking at taking out the... Ooh, okay, so let's just very quickly go ahead and look at that. So, after much deliberation and exhausting debates, the special session of the Congress has finally endorsed the platforms proposed by Subhas Chandra Bose and his Maximists. The venerable war hero now sensed the absolute leadership within the Calcutta government, bringing with him a following of idealists and radicalized socialists. Gandhi is appalled at this blatant endorsement of violence and has left Calcutta for his ashram, giving Bose a benevolent audience for his acceptance speech. With the internal divisions now solved, their rivals around the continent will certainly have a cause for worry. So let the ruling classes tremble. And that's a lot of stuff. And Socialist Republic of Georgia and Ukrainians actually approve of our government. That's pretty good. So finding approval within our Eurasian buddies of Georgia, of course, Georgia, Socialist Republic of Ukraine, and Soviet Republic. So Khrushchev also likes us. Now let's take a look at the government before I sign off. So we have a head of government that's just Ooh, plus 5% consumer goods factories. Not the best. Foreign minister, it doesn't really matter. He's a great compromiser. Lila Roy. Ooh, yes. That's exactly what I like to see. Plus 10% production efficiency cap. Although, ooh, look at that. Plus 12% consumer goods factories. Look at all those consumer goods factories. Holy hell. That's insane. So out of 24 civilian factories, 17 of them are used in the consumer goods production. And then we have a Minister of the Interior that's an efficient sociopath. So extra resource gain efficiency, that's actually not that bad. I mean, considering that we have a few resources available to us, yeah, that's pretty good. So overall, this is still right. So this is not a core state yet. We're going to need to integrate these areas within our great Commonwealth. Huh. Can't do that anymore because they don't exist. And we can't actually... Yeah, we can't actually integrate the princely states because we actually need to unite all of India to integrate the states. Huh, I didn't know. Well, anyway, yeah, pretty much next moves are going to be to finish the economic portions of the focus tree. Then we're going to try to make the Indo-Chinese Revolution. And after that, we're going to be looking at improving our new government. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Can we declare war now? Yes, we can. Great. Hope you've enjoyed, and these Social Democrats are soon going to feel the bayonets of the rightful Bharatiya Commune revolution. So hopefully you'll enjoy that, and I'll see you soon.